JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Hi guys, please remember to like, subscribe and share the video. And in the news, motorists killed in Clarendon gun attack. Police are trying to find the motive and the suspects following Saturday afternoon's killing of a motorist at McGilchrist Palm in Tollgate, Clarendon. The dead man, identified as 38-year-old Sheldon Smith from racetrack in Denby, Clarendon, was found dead in his motor car with gunshot wounds. Reports are that around 4:30 p.m., residents reported hearing explosions and summoned the police. On arrival of the police, the body of the now deceased was seen in a white AD wagon motor car with the driver door opened and his upper body slightly outside. The police said the body had what appeared to be gunshot wounds to the head. The scene was processed and the body taken to the Mapen Hospital, where it was pronounced dead. Police said they're investigating a motive for the attack and are trying to identify suspects. 2 shot, 1 fatally in St. James. 2 men were shot, 1 fatally, after gunmen opened fire on a group of people in a community known as Tenement in Salt Spring, Montego Hills, St. James, Saturday night. The dead man was identified as 40-year-old Philip Parkinson, a resident of the area. A 27-year-old injured man has been admitted to hospital, police said. It was reported that around 10:45 p.m., several people were in a yard when they were approached by a number of men armed with guns. Police said the gunmen opened gunfire and other people ran in different directions. It was later discovered that the now deceased and another man were suffering from what appeared to be gunshot wounds. The police were alerted and the injured persons assisted to the hospital, where Parkinson was pronounced dead on arrival and the other man treated and admitted in stable condition. While processing the crime scene, police retrieved more than 20 spent casings. No motive has been established for the attack. Cops seek ex-girlfriend after man stabbed following an intimate moment in Clarendon. The ex-girlfriend of a man is being sought by police after he was allegedly stabbed in Goshen District in Moko, Clarendon, Saturday afternoon. The incident reportedly happened after they had shared an intimate moment at the woman's home, the police said. The injured man has since undergone one operation after he was admitted to hospital in serious condition. Information received is that around midday, the man went to visit his ex-girlfriend, shared an intimate moment with her, and reportedly fell asleep afterwards. Police said the man was awakened by a sharp pain to his back. When he opened his eyes, he saw his ex-girlfriend standing over him with a knife. He was then reportedly stabbed in his abdomen. He managed to escape and was taken to hospital. The police were summoned and briefly spoke with the injured man at the hospital as he was being attended to by the medical staff. The police said efforts are ongoing to locate and apprehend the ex-girlfriend. Mob kills alleged goat thief in Old Harbour, St. Catherine. An alleged goat thief was mobbed, beaten, and killed on Burke Road in Old Harbour, St. Catherine, Saturday afternoon. The deceased, who is still unidentified, is a male about 30 years old, approximately 5 feet 10 inches tall, and was clad in a black t-shirt, navy blue short jeans pants, and navy blue socks. It was reported that around 2:20 p.m., the authorities responded to an assignment from a police emergency that gunshots were heard in the Burke Road area. Upon arrival, the police found the now deceased in a yard, lying on his back in a pool of blood with his face bashed in and what appeared to be a chop wound in the top of his head. The police said a huge stone and a machete were beside the deceased man. Initial investigations, the police said, discovered that the man was in the area attempting to steal goats when he was set upon by a mob who chopped and beat him to death. The scene was processed and the body taken to hospital where it was confirmed dead. It was later transported to the morgue pending a post-mortem examination. St. Catherine man gets 7 years in prison for stabbing. St. Catherine resident Carlton Nelson has been sentenced to 7 years in prison for the stabbing of a man. The sentence was imposed on Friday by Justice Bertram Morrison. The Spanish town laborer pleaded guilty to wounding with intent. In handing down the sentence, Morrison told Nelson that despite pleading guilty, his actions were aggravated. The judge explained that chasing and repeatedly stabbing the complainant showed that he intended to do harm. He said the sentence must reflect his actions. Body found along roadway in Pont Peace, Hanover. The body of a man was found along the main road in Pont Peace, Hopewell, Hanover on Saturday morning. It is reported that around 5 o'clock, a passerby stumbled upon the body. The deceased has been identified as Stephen Hunt, otherwise called Bigger. Hunt had what appeared to be a wound to his head. Cops attached to the Sandy Bay police station visited the scene. Immigration officers livid after government minister orders cops to free detained American. The ordered release of an American man from police custody after he was accused of verbally abusing and threatening the safety of an immigration officer at the Sangster International Airport has sparked allegations of political interference from angry border protection officers in St. James. Multiple sources confirmed that the man, who is a relative of a former politician, arrived in the island on a United Airlines flight from Dallas, Texas on Friday, June 23, around 10 p.m. It was denied entry when he arrived at the airport in the western end of the island because of an issue with the United States passport that he traveled on. The man is accused of behaving boisterously and raining blows on the plexiglass separating him and the immigration officer who had conducted the interview. According to reports, he was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct, handcuffed, and transferred to the Barnett Street police lockup in the parish, where the incident was recorded in the station's cell diary. An entry in the cell diary means he was placed inside the lockup at the Barnett Street police station, said one police source, citing internal procedures. That's how you're accounted for, as one of the persons in custody. In order for you to come out, someone high-ranking has to give authorization for you to be released, the source said. But no sooner than he was placed in a cell, a call was made to have him released. Shortly after 11 p.m., several official sources disclosed. On Friday, Minister of National Security, Dr. Horace Chang, who also has portfolio responsibility for immigration matters, admitted that he gave instructions for the man to be released on humanitarian grounds. Chang said that the man came to Jamaica with his family to attend the funeral of his grandmother. The security minister said that his travel document had some damage but was still functional. He said that the man was detained by immigration to be returned on the next available flight, which was the following day. Chang said that his family called and asked if he could be released on humanitarian grounds because he was scheduled to attend the funeral the next day, then leave the island on Sunday. This is not an unusual request or activity, Chang said. The minister said he telephoned the chief executive officer of the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, PICA, Andrew Winter, and he had the same request. He said it was quite feasible and legal for the Minister of National Security to request his release on such grounds because immigration does this from time to time, Chang said, referring to Winter. Most times, it doesn't even reach the minister, he added. Chang, who is also the Deputy Prime Minister, said it was only after the man was released that he learned that he became very boisterous when immigration officers told him he would be refused entry into Jamaica. But the National Security Minister insisted that the man was never charged with any crime. If he assaulted somebody and was charged, I could not release him. He would have to get a lawyer and go seek bail, Chang said. However, sources close to the matter insisted that the man was arrested and charged for disorderly conduct and said that a former high-ranking politician had also telephoned a senior official at PICA requesting the man's release. So the PICA official actually called the police station and said, let out the man. That didn't sit well with the immigration officers, because what that is saying is that the very said entity that is supposed to be defending a principle, the said entity is perverting the course of justice. One of several sources who spoke on condition of anonymity claimed, you cannot operate in a way where because it is a relative of a friend or certain people, then they are going to get off. But the man who don't know anybody going to have to go to court and face the tribunal. So the immigration officers are very peeved about that, and they said they are not going to tolerate it. Part 4, Section 4, subsection C and D of the 1946 Aliens Act outline that anyone who obstructs or impedes an immigration officer in the exercise of his powers or duties, or without lawful authority, uses, or as any forged, altered, or irregular certificate, passport, or any document or passport or document on which any visa or endorsement has been altered or forged, is guilty of an offense. The fine is $10,000 or 3 years in prison. Part 4, Section 17, on the other hand, gives the minister the power to grant exemptions. It outlines that the minister may direct that any person or class of persons shall be exempt either unconditionally or subject to such conditions as the minister may impose from all or any of the provisions of the Act. However, the source argued that while the Act gives the minister discretion to grant exemptions, there is no legislation that gives him the power to act after someone is arrested and charged. And the minister cannot make a phone call. He has to put it in writing. These offenses are to be tried in court. Going forward, no instruction like that will be taken anymore, the source stressed. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.